we have another eyeshadow palette. What's wrong with me? Specifically, the new Gucci Flora eye palette, limited edition in Sunset Orchid, measuring at 14 grams, 10 shadows total, a mixture of matte shimmers and satins, 24 months suggested shelf life, and made in Italy. Retails for $79, and I was quite surprised when I opened the box and saw the size of this palette. I don't know why I was expecting something along the dimensions of the Anastasia palette. I'm not mad at it though, because if we see the older Gucci eyeshadow palette that I have here, this is their, let's see, their Palette Beauté de Floral 01. They also released another one, I think a few months after. But what's hilarious about this palette is when you open it up, you have this little palette insert that actually can be removed, right? So you can just deal with the palette, click it back in, but the actual palette itself was one of Gucci's most beautiful pieces. And then we have something a lot smaller, a lot more practical in my opinion. Actually, I think this was the floral motif that was on the second palette, if I'm not mistaken. But here we are, going to look into it. Unfortunately, the last one here broke. It cracked. It did not make the trip. And it's probably because the warehouse did not pack the palette well enough, because a few shakes with a soft shadow like this, forget it's not going to make it. Now, I haven't used Gucci eyeshadows in a long time, not since the 01 release. So I'm excited to get into this formula and kind of see if there are any improvements. Are they the same? So let's start with the swatches. My apologies. I'm afraid to tilt this forward, but I'll try my best. I don't want this shadow to fall out. Oh my goodness. We have Sienna, the brown matte. That feels nice. Ooh, that's warm. That is warm. Next, Sierra, a sand matte. Golden Dusk looks to be like a champagne gold shimmer. Oh, that's pretty. Next up, we have a muted rose, our third matte shadow. Here it is, Mint Dew, the broken shadow, classified as a shimmer, and this is the gold to teal flip shade. That's pretty lightweight, so predicting we can apply this solo on the lid or maybe applied as an overlay effect on the other shimmers here in the palette. Next, we have Walnut, which is a brown matte, which appears to be more on the neutral side. Oh, that's an interesting shade. That almost appears like a dark mauve. We have our first satin berry copper. Ooh, that's nice and smooth. That will look lovely all over the lid. That kind of reminds me of Marc Jacobs' Born Star in Spicy, but this is a little more burgundy leaning. Next, we have Rosy Gold, our second satin shade. Frosted Hazel, another nice rose gold satin. And lastly, Sunlit Green, our final satin of the palette. So here are all the swatches from Gucci's Sunset Orchid. And I knew immediately this wasn't going to be mind-blowingly different from what we've already seen. I was just curious to discover if perhaps the Gucci eyeshadow palette improved in some way. If I were to quickly pop in to 01 Flora, I would say improvement number one, larger pans. I think it's just easier to maneuver, move around through. I would say the powders in Sunset Orchid are a touch softer, but I don't know if there is a profound difference. I think the satins might be a little softer as well, just allows for better pickup, more consistent pickup and lay down on the lids, but we shall see. So I'll make sure to have everything that I have on my face down in the description box. I got the Gucci blush on, of course, because it's the Gucci video. I think for our two looks, I'll focus on using warms for one eye and then using the mauves for the other. But before we start the demo, you probably saw that I had ABH's Nouveau on standby because I thought of the Nouveau color story when I saw the Gucci one. It reminded me of it, but Nouveau wins for sure in terms of color story. This is one of my most favorite color stories of all time, regardless of the brand. I just love the soft, almost ethereal tones while still delivering substantial impact depending on how you pair these shades together. Now, we can say whatever we want about formula differences and whatnot, but I thought of this because they have the warm shades in here, Nouveau, but also with the olives and the turquoises and all that. I thought it was an interesting comparison. The Gucci palette, overall neutral, right? Because you just got the green and of course that mint overlay shade. But if you were to take these out, right, then it's a warm palette overall. But I'm interested to see how the mauve looks compared to the more caramel tones. So with that said, I think I want to grab a fairly fluffy brush because based off the swatches, I feel like these will pack a punch and I want to be able to gradually build the color intensity. So picking up my Sonergy Classic Crease and first dipping into Sierra, which is the more caramel leaning shadow matte. And there's quite a lot of kickback in these pans. So tread carefully because you can pick up a lot of shadow per dip. Oh, that's warm. That is warm, I'm telling you. But as far as blendability, it's fine, right? It's nothing groundbreaking going on here. But I want to move on to the mauve and see how that looks on our second eye and how it compares to our first color. That's not bad, although I wish it was a little richer. Just a little bit. Although it does leave behind a mauve look to the lid. Not bad. Now dipping into Sienna, which is this color here, the first one I swatched. Let me pick up a smaller brush because I would like for this to be our warmer bracket shade on the outer V. Doesn't show a lot of contrast here, but placing it there nonetheless. Now with Walnut, this was the darker mauve and placing that on our mauve eye side. So now there's more depth occurring. The problem I notice immediately that this is the darkest shade in the palette. So that's going to be an issue if you're darker than me, for sure, because this is not going to provide much dimension at all. It's just going to probably appear as a medium shade on you. So that's not going to be great. Let's go into one of the, well, we could do a shimmer, we could do a satin. I'll do the gold. Yeah, so dipping in so we could get this gold champagne on the warm eye. And these definitely swatch better than they apply with a brush. So I have to go in with the finger because I need that warmth to melt these shimmers on the lid. Yeah. Okay. And for the other side, I could do the darker satin, let's see. I think it was this one here. That was a pretty shade. Probably would be lovely also as like a solo shade. I definitely prefer the satin formula over the shimmer one. You know what I want to do actually? I want to place a little bit of the mint on the inner corner. So grabbing this here on a worker and placing it on the inner corner of our first eye. Something else to notice, well, I could use that pink, the pink here, to be applied as a inner corner highlight for our mauve eye. It just won't have that same sparkle effect that's found in the mint shadow. I gotta have something on the lash line because the shadows themselves are not providing enough depth for me. They're just kind of there. So I need to follow up with something else. Let me see, I'm just finishing up the lower lash line here and doing the same first eye, but with the darker matte. Using VBB's Cocoa on our warm eye and VBB's Orchid on this eye. Let's blend out both. Okay, let me apply some lashes and I'll be right back. Here are the final looks using Gucci's Flora Eye palette in Sunset Orchid. In a nutshell, I wouldn't recommend you get this palette unless you are completely and utterly in love with this compact and you know you're just spending $79 for this because the shadows inside are meh. They're meh. And I could think of other Chanel shadows that I rather use on my eyes that I remember creating looks with, and they just appeared more exciting. They just had more dimension. They had more sparkle, even though it's a quad versus a 10-pan shadow palette. In terms of the size comparison to another brand, Viseart. If you have a Viseart palette, the Viseart formula blows the Gucci one out of the water. I mean, it's just egregious that I'm mentioning both in the same sentence. And not that the Gucci one is terrible, but for the price, I don't think it's worth it, especially if you have an extensive eyeshadow palette collection like I do. Why did I get this palette? I was curious. I was curious to see if there would be any improvements, if perhaps there will be more punch to the formula. Sure, I didn't use the olive in this demo, but even if the olive was extraordinary, I still wouldn't think it worth spending $79 for just one great shade and you have 9 other okay ones. And sure, I'll be happy to maybe create a short showcasing the green. And I predict perhaps the green will be nice all over the lid, buffed out. But again, I have Nouveau. If I want like an olive satin moment, I have plenty of shadows that can provide that. So I took one for the team family. You're welcome. If you were eyeing this palette and you saw that it was limited edition, you just wanted to see it in action, I mean, it's fine. It's just not mind-blowing. It's okay. It's okay because the mattes are on the drier side and they just have surface level pigment. It's not like a Viseart matte that they're dry, but they just have so much more depth and color intensity. And the fact that you can layer them as you like and the outcome won't appear muddy, but you'll just end up with an entirely different color is a testament to how well formulated, how well developed Viseart eyeshadows are. With the Gucci shadows, they're dry, but they're soft and dry and they don't have that same girth, if you will, in action. And the satins are pretty, but the satin on this eye, it started to disappear, which is a little wild because if I have to use a finger to ensure the satin won't disappear, that's going to be a no for some people as they don't like to use finger tapping, finger application with their shadows. They like to use brushes. So I would say maybe to use a more dense brush if you wanted to pick up more of the satin texture, ensuring that it lays down heavier on the lid. The shimmer is okay. You know, there's some gleam happening from the lid, but nothing that I haven't seen before. So that's my verdict. I wouldn't buy this unless you absolutely wanted the compact. I say that because there are people out there who don't mind a mediocre formula. They just want the compact for collector's purposes. This is limited edition. But this floral motif, I think we've seen in this format, if I'm not mistaken. So if you already have this palette with this floral motif design, you technically don't need it. But I get it's cute. It's smaller. It's a shame because I love the size of this palette and I love the design. If the shadows were better, if they were better, I would say, yes, it's worth $79, even with the Gucci name slapped on there. But I can't say that it is. Can't say that it is. So unfortunately, fam, this was not a great purchase for me, but I am happy that I was able to share. I'm happy that I have this opportunity because anytime you click one of my affiliate links, I do receive a commission, and it doesn't have to be from this palette. It could be from any of the products that I list down below, not only for this video, but for others, and that helps support these purchases so it's not coming completely out of pocket. And if you were wondering about it, because the minute this became live, people were excited about it, but I don't know, man. It's okay. Now, $79 cheaper than I think the previously priced $150. Let me know if this was $150. That's what the internet said, but I can't be sure about that. Again, I'm happy to have this opportunity to still show you the palette, the swatches. My apologies for not demoing the green, but I think at this point, even like I had said before, even if the green was like, oh my gosh, so good, I don't think you would still justify the price for one shade. And sure, I'm going to use it still because I have it, but I'll probably bring along maybe a few shadow sticks, maybe a few of the Charlotte Tilbury or even the Dior shadow sticks, just to kind of enhance what's happening in here, because it needs a little help. But let me know if you bought Sunset Orchid and you tried it, if my comments are off key, and you actually love it because maybe you like the softer textures, that's more your speed. But especially compared to Natasha's Tan palette, I recently compared that to Praline from Viseart. The Byredo palettes, right? There are just so many great eyeshadow palettes that I have in my collection. And I think you also know when using an eyeshadow palette, be it a 10 pan one or a smaller one like a quad, it immediately hits. You recognize the fantastic formula, the sparkling finishes, everything is there. And when you encounter something like this Gucci palette, where not quite hitting the mark, but it's okay. So of course, let me know what you think down below. But if you made it this far, make sure you like this video by clicking that thumbs up. It helps me immensely by letting the YouTube algorithm know that I'm worth watching when I'll continue to watch. It's going to now recommend my video to other eyeshadow palette enthusiasts such as yourself. Hopefully you won't be so disappointed, and consider subscribing because more content is on the way and you'll know when those uploads drop, especially when you click that notification bell. Friends, if you've been watching ever since my first Gucci beauty review, then I thank you for still being here. But if it's your first time here, please stay, peruse some more. Maybe I'll see you in this video here. I'll definitely see you down in the comments for this one, and on here again next time.